And here are your game announcers, David Duncombe and Andrea Pelkey.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Nokomis Regional High School. I'm joined by Andrea because she doesn't have a ball game tonight. Tough overtime game last night, though. We're getting ready for Old Town and Nokomis.
Yes, that's right, and Nokomis boys are looking for a big win here against Old Town. They lost last time they played each other at Old Town.
Yeah, that final was 74-65. Old Town really wanted at the free throw line in that game. They shot 76%. And Nokomis would get a basket, a big basket, and Old Town would come right back with a basket to answer them, and they pulled out the victory at home. And talking to Coach Marty Clark, my tongue's a little tied there, he said that his team's lost all his games have been in single digits, so they've been right there all year. And it looks like, they could give Nokomis a little trouble here tonight because they played Bangor tough at Bangor and at home against Bangor. Here's the last game's numbers there that Old Town played against Nokomis. That was on December 28th, right after Christmas.
And I think that, as you see here, Nokomis is going to have to watch out for Boulier, who had 24, Hayes, who had 15, and DeGrasse, who had 14. And as I understand, DeGrasse has been playing quite well lately, along with Jason Thibodeau.
Yeah, the young freshman, Coach Clark, said that he's come a long ways in his first year on the varsity level. For Nokomis in that game, Nate Davis had 25 points, including 5 three-pointers. But after they extended out the zone, he only shot 2 for 10 after coming out 3 for 5 from three-point land. And he took a lot of shots that game to get 25 points. And Rouse came in with 17 and Fernandez with 12. And other than that, it kind of falls off the table for Nokomis. They didn't have quite the balance that Old Town had, and they'll need that tonight.
Right, as you said before, also Nokomis struggled from the foul line, and that's one thing that they did early in the season. Now they're getting better. As time goes on, they're coming through and making their foul shots in the important parts of the game.
And for Old Town also, they have Chad Hayes. He's a 6'7" senior for them. He's a captain. He leads the Big East in rebounding, and he averages about 13 points a game, so Nokomis will have to contend with him, and they'll probably end up putting Fernandez and Rouse on him throughout the evening, trying to shut him down.
Yes, and they'll have to watch out for foul trouble, too, as Nokomis does get in foul trouble quite a bit.
Taking a look at the Eastern Maine Class A boys' heel points, see Bangor. They just beat Nokomis last night, coming in at 12-1, well, 13-14-1 now. And then Mount Blue and Gardner. Nokomis will be hosting Gardner next Tuesday, and I believe the Lady Warriors will be traveling down to Gardner.
Yes, we will.
And Presque Isle, who Nokomis will make the trip up to the county tomorrow. Both the Lady Warriors and the Warriors will be making that trip. Then Lawrence, Skowhegan, and Waterville. Waterville at 5-8. And then you have Brewer finishing out the top 8. And
in 9th, you have Coney. 10th, tied for 10th there, Madomic Valley and Messalonski. Caribou is in 12th, Hamden Academy in 13th, and Nokomis in 14th, and Old Town, I believe, in 15th.
So it's kind of a battle of the cellar dwellers here tonight as we see the heel point standings, but both teams looking to improve and get a much-needed victory, and maybe it'll help them in momentum for next season because it doesn't look like either team can make the tournament this year.
Right. I think they're mostly right now looking for bragging rights, saying, we didn't go in last. Yeah. We need to – Nokomis is looking to stay above Old Town and not be in last. Old Town's maybe looking for a flip-flop in the situation, and it looks like the teams are getting ready to go as they hustle over to their benches.
Of course, Coach DeFederico coaches the Warriors, and he has his assistants. Coach Parker is in here, though. He's taking the freshman team down for a tournament game tonight.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have a win there. Keep the freshman boys in the game. They always do quite well. Coach Parker does a great job with the freshmen.
And Old Town is coached by Marty Clark. He's done a good job with them this year. He said that he doesn't know if it's his fault, the team's fault, whether because they're young and stuff, why they've lost so many close games, or a combination of both. But he said he takes some of the blame because he is the head coach, but he's looking to improve on that tonight and pick up a win against the Warriors here down in Newport. About 20 seconds away from game time. Now we'll turn it over to your game PA announcer, Adam Viles.
The Indians of Old Town High School and your own Nokomis Warriors. Please notice that Nokomis is a smoke-free school, and we ask that you do not bring drinks into the gym. We remind you that good sportsmanship is a vital part of the game of basketball. A true sport shows a combination of values and attitudes which indicate both a desire for excellence and cooperation toward a positive high school experience. Respect, fairness, courtesy, and a graceful acceptance of the results are all characteristics of good sportsmanship. A good sport and a good spectator should reflect the spirit of fair play. Now, let's meet the non-starters for the Old Town Indians. Number 12, Josh Vermette. Number 22, Scott Godso. Number 30, Jared Foster. Number 32, Paul Dumont. Number 34, Peter Baker. Number 40, Peter Fournier. And number 50, Alger Yanush. The non-starters for the Warriors are number 10, Richie Otis. Number 15, Josh Grant. Number 22, Jared Otis. Number 23, Nate Belanger. Number 25, Danny Ledbetter. Number 30, Brandon Ellison. And number 44, Travis Floyd. Now for the starting lineups. First for the Visit of Old Town. At forward, number 52, Brian DeGrasse. At the other forward, number 24, Jason Thibodeau. At center, number 44, Chad Hayes. At guard, number 20, Jeremy Bellier. And at the other guard, number 10, Ryan Miller. Old Town is coached by Marty Clark. And now, for your own Nokomis Regional High School Warriors, at forward, a junior, number 6'4", number 33, Rodney Rouse. At the other forward, a 6'2" senior, number 32, Spencer Day. At center, a 6'7" senior, number 40, Robson Fernandez. At guard, a 6'2" freshman, number 20, Jeff White. At the other guard, a 5'9" senior, number 12, Nate Davis. Nokomis is coached by Jim DeFrederico. The officials for tonight's game are Mr. Marks and Mr. Lane. Please stand and remove your hats and honor America while Andrew Packard plays our national anthem.
And we're just about ready for action here at Nokomis. This is, what is today's date anyways? The 7th? Friday, January 7th? February 7th.
7th or 8th. 7th or 8th. I'm not quite sure which. The days all run together when you're in high school.
I don't know what my excuse is then. It'll be Robson, Fernandez, and Chad Hayes jumping it up. Your referees tonight are Mr. Lane, who used to teach here at Nokomis, and he was a coach also, and Mr. Marks. Mr. Lane will be tossing the ball up at center court. And we're underway as Nokomis controls the tip. Spencer Day grabs it. Quick bullet pass to Rouse. He can't handle it, and that's a quick turnover for Nokomis.
And they need to have their hands ready underneath because the guards out front won't be shy to pass that ball inside.
That's Ryan Miller for Old Town with the ball. He's a good point guard. Down to the freshman Thibodeau. He unleashes quick, but no good. Rebound Spencer Day. And Nokomis pushing the ball a little bit harder than they have been lately. White takes a quick 15-footer and hits.
I don't know if you noticed, but I think that Nokomis has the height advantage because, as you see there, Old Town's playing with just Chad Hayes inside and then 4 guards around the perimeter, where Nokomis can play 2, even 3 men inside.
And Nokomis comes out in zone. That's kind of surprises me. It might surprise Old Town as well. Miller back with the ball now. They've been working it around the perimeter. Into Hayes, now to Bellier. He'll take the 3 and drain it.
Yeah, Nokomis needs to get right in his face because he shot well last time. And Old Town does a really good job on the perimeter with shooting the 3-pointers.
Jeff White, another turnover for Nokomis as Bellier pressuring the ball, gets the steal. Quickly down court, and he tries to lay it in. No good. Gets his own rebound. Pump fakes and goes up. And he'll get called for the travel.
Yeah, I got a little too anxious that time, I think.
Nate Davis with the ball. Coach DeFederico calling for the high-low play. Old Town in a zone as well. They extended the zone on Nokomis last game, and it gave them trouble from the field. Inside to Spence Day quickly, and he hits for 2.
Nice cut. Old Town needs to step off cutters if they're going to come through there. And Spencer Day will come through there quick to get that ball because he's a strong forward under there.
To DeGrasse, back to Bellier. He's going to take the 3. That's open on that zone. Rebound Ryan Miller. And he'll reset the offense for Old Town. Bellier hits DeGrasse, now inside to Hayes. He's dangerous under there.
Yeah, that was slow rotation by Jeff White to get over and step off him because they need to get a man on Chad Hayes under there.
5-4, 5:49 to go in the first quarter. Inside to Fernandez, trying to answer back. A little dump off pass to Day, and he hits.
Nice job. Way to see the open man when you have double. That means somebody's got to be open.
Both teams shooting well at the start. Thibodeau tries a little reverse layup, but can't hit, and he'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Sorry about the little silence there.
And this is where Old Town beat Nokomis last time at the foul line, and this could become very crucial at the end of the game.
Freshman misses his first free throw. Yeah, they shot 76% last time, and Bellier hit 15 of his first. He hit his first 15 free throws of the game. Nate Davis with the ball now. Penetrates inside the zone, lays it up.
Nice move. They need to step somebody up on him because he'll penetrate. Even though he's small, he'll get in there with the big guys and put the ball in the hoop.
Nokomis having some balanced scoring here this evening. Inside to Hayes again. He rotated down from the foul line. He gets 2 more.
Again, Jeff White needs to rotate over quicker because Chad Hayes is ready for that pass.
And I don't think Jeff White will have a chance. It looks like Ledbetter's going to check in right now. No, he comes in for Robson Fernandez. So apparently that was Robson's little mistake there. Ledbetter goes to the wing, and Spencer Day goes to the free throw line on Hayes. 8 apiece, 4:36 to go in the ball game in the first quarter. Bellier with the ball. They're just kind of playing toss out front right now. Down to the grass. They got Hayes sealed off inside. Bellier penetrates, tries the no-look pass, but it's knocked out of bounds. It'll remain Old Town ball.
I think what Coach Jim DeFederico is doing now is trying to close up the middle so Chad Hayes can't get the ball and they make him shoot it from the perimeter.
Bellier with the ball. Now back to Miller. Old Town not moving around much, kind of stagnant on offense. Now inside to Hayes. He's quickly doubled. He goes up strong with it and scores.
Nice move there by Chad Hayes.
10-8 now. Old Town in the lead. Still in that zone defense. Get the ball to Jeff White. A deep three. In and out. No good. Rebound to grass, and Old Town looking to push. Bellier going coast to coast now, pulls up, loses the ball. Nate Davis and him fight for it. They'll call a jump ball, and the possession arrow points towards Old Town.
Nokomis doesn't seem to be getting on the boards. Usually Old Town gets their second or third shot up, and on offense, Nokomis only gets one shot, and Old Town gets the rebound.
We'll have Brian DeGrasse. He's going to be called for a push inside before they could get the ball in bounds. That's an offensive foul. Kind of a small crowd here tonight. It's more like a matinee game than anything else.
Yeah, that's right. We decided to move up the game because all 4 teams, the girls and boys, JV and varsity, will be going to Presque Isle tomorrow. So it's a long trip up there, hoping that the kids can get home, get to bed, get some sleep before we have to go up for another game tomorrow.
Jeff White has it down there on the zone. Now back to Nate Davis. They rotate around and hit Ledbetter. He's a little short. Hayes rebounds. Miller brings the ball up, penetrates inside the zone, throws up a runner and hits.
Again, that could have been a rebound by Nokomis, but they just don't get the inside position on the offensive end, so they only get one shot.
Jeff White penetrates a little out of control, but he'll draw the foul and go to the free throw line. And Nokomis is going to have to stop that penetration by the Old Town guards if they want to win this game tonight. They can't just let them sneak inside and score that easy.
I think they're paying a little bit too much attention to Chad Hayes right now, instead of leaving the guards by themselves and letting them go to the rim.
White sinks his first free throw. Freshman performing well for the Warriors late in the season. Quite a few freshmen in the Big East stepping it up this year, so it should be exciting for the next few years around the Big East. Bellier to Hayes at the free throw line. He hits DeGrasse, who quickly penetrates. DeGrasse is fouled by Spencer Day, and he'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
As you can see, Nokomis is really collapsing on the post under there. No matter who is going in the post, they usually have 3 people on them. Hopefully the off guard will rotate down to the opposite side post.
And DeGrasse hits his free throw. Old Town hasn't subbed in any players yet. Nokomis just won. Danny Ledbetter. DeGrasse hits both of his free throws.
Old Town really doesn't do that much subbing. Last time they played, they only played 2 off the bench. So it'd be interesting to see.
Spencer Day from 12 feet, no good. Rebound Bellier. And he quickly pushes the ball up. And he tries to hit Miller on the other side, but it's knocked out nicely by Spencer Day.
That was good hands that time. Way to break up the fast break.
2:45 to go first quarter. Old Town in the lead by 4, 14-10. Comas now in man defense. Well, a variation of a man, like a zone matchup, actually. Bellier takes the 3. Count the basket. And we'll have a push on an Old Town player.
And it looks like it would be Brian DeGrasse again.
Davis gets it, and he's going to walk it up as Nokomis is down by 7, 2:30 to go, first quarter. Davis trying to penetrate inside that zone. Gets it to Spencer Day inside. Nice move, and he scores.
There's Spencer Day with a strong move again.
Spencer Day has 6 here in the first quarter already. Nokomis now going to pressure the ball a little bit.
And this is one thing I think that Nokomis should do, because Old Town really doesn't go deep in their bench. So maybe if you tire out their starters and their players, it will bring the people off the bench. And that will help in Nokomis's quest for the victory.
When they played last time on the 28th, they pressed them a lot of the game, but the guards really killed them from Old Town, breaking that pressure. Bellier pushing it up again. Now we'll kick out to Miller, who's out front, guarded by Ledbetter. Swinging the ball around the perimeter. It's Thibodeau, the freshman. Bellier gets a pass, kicks to Miller for 3, and he sinks it.
Yeah, they need to get rotation on that, because the Old Town guards can shoot that three-pointer.
1:30 to go. Old Town up by 8 first period here at Nokomis Regional High School. Pass inside to Otis. He handles it. Then he turns and shoots, and he sinks it. Both teams shooting very well here in the first period.
It's a nice job by Jared Otis to get control of the ball and then face the basket.
Old Town breaks the pressure. Now Miller's going to penetrate all the way down. Up and under move, no good. Rebound, Rodney Rouse. He saves the Otis. Otis pushes it up quickly to Ledbetter. Ledbetter will wait for the rest of the troops to come down. Smart play there by the senior. Thrown out top. Ledbetter comes and gets it and kicks to Rouse. Spins, shoots, and scores.
Nice move. Way to feel the player behind you and then spin the opposite way. Good fadeaway by Rodney Rouse.
It's his first bucket of the game. He is the Warriors' leading scorer this season. Bellier, they break the press again. Thibodeau going to take a 3. He's strong with it. And DeGrasse is going to pick up his second personal with a push in the back. They can't afford to lose him. He's a scrapper inside.
Looks like he'll go straight to the bench, too.
And Alger Yanish will check in for him.
And looks like another sub, number 32, Paul Dumont, will check in the game.
Davis taking the ball up court now.
And Old Town is sitting in a zone again.
Nokomis going to hold the last shot here, down to 10 seconds to go first quarter. A lot of time. Rouse gets it, swings over to Otis. Otis will penetrate, throw up the runner, and hit it. Tough shot there.
Jared Otis just found a way to get to the rim that time, and Old Town wasn't expecting him to shoot, maybe dish it off. But he did a good job getting that ball into the hoop.
Both teams on fire here in the first quarter. 20-18 at the end of 1. And they didn't miss many shots.
And you need to, wonder, is there bad defense? Is there no defense at all? Or are the teams just shooting well? And I think that's the case. I think the teams are shooting well. A little slow on their defense. Maybe the time of the game has something to do with that, because this is an odd time for them to play. They usually play later at 6 and 7:30. So that could have an effect on the game.
Legs could be a little cramped after sitting in classes all day and not having a chance to stretch them out as well.
And most of the time, these teams don't have practice this time either. They might have it later in the evening. And I know right after school, I'm usually tired. Just go home, do homework, just sit around, and then you're ready to play ball after you have time to rest, because school can get pretty tiring. So maybe this has the effect of the slow pace of the game.
It'll be Old Town ball, as Paul Dumont will take the ball out. Dumont's a 5'11 junior from Old Town. Gives it to Ryan Miller, the senior captain, coming in at 5'6". Over to Bellier. He hit a couple threes in the first period. Looking for Hayes inside. He's quickly sandwiched in there, and Miller thinks about a 3. Doesn't take it. Swinging the ball around the perimeter, trying to get it inside, I think. Bellier pump fakes. Nokomis being very aggressive here on the defensive end this trip. Hayes saves the ball out to Miller. Now Nate Davis comes up with a steal, and he'll lay it in.
Oh.
Basket is waved off, traveling Nokomis.
And he gets called for a travel. Nate Davis there trying to avoid the steal. Travels as on his way to the rim.
Dumont just checked in, quickly takes a shot. White rebounds for Nokomis. Nokomis trying to push up. Nate Davis gets the ball, can't get the three off. Swung across court to Otis. He penetrates down the lane. Now out to Ledbetter. Otis from 15 off the back of the rim, no good. Old Town looking to run again. And Miller with another turnover. Old Town turning the ball over a little bit more. Well, he didn't turn it over. It went off Nokomis player, but they're playing, their passes aren't as crisp as the last time we saw them.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
The pace of the game seems to be picking up a little bit in the second quarter.
That's Bellier with the ball out top. Dumont penetrates the lane, and he's step on the travel, and that'll be an Old Town turnover there. 6:41 to go, second quarter, 20-18, Old Town in the lead. Nokomis Regional High. I'm Dave Duncombe here with Andrea Pelkey. The lob is no good. It's saved out by Nokomis, and we'll have a be white ball underneath. We've got a push on Algier Janusz. Want to get his name right.
I know. It's kind of hard with some of these names. Never heard before.
Otis got to hurry up and get the ball in. Finally gets it into White. Nate Davis going to take the three. No good. Rebound Dumont.
Again, no offensive rebounding by Nokomis.
Miller takes a shot and sinks it.
Got to get pressure on ball pressure because he can either shoot it or dish it off.
White gets it way out top. Looking inside, gets it to Rodney Rouse. Now White down in the corner, and again to Rouse, and he kicks out to Otis.
It looks like 3 seconds in the lane by Rodney Rouse that time.
Nokomis had 14 turnovers in the first half alone against Bangor last night. So they're cutting down on them substantially here tonight, and they're right in the ball game because of it. 22-18, Old Town in the lead, 5:41 to go. Bellier's going to take the long three, no good. Rebound Jeff White. White doing a good job of dropping down there and rebounding for the Warriors. And he goes coast to coast, throws up the one-hander and hits.
That was a nice move by the freshman that time.
Dumont with the ball. Now back to Miller. He's double-teamed. He breaks the double team, and they'll get Nate Davis for a foul.
Nate looks a little shocked at that call. That time he was just trying to double. He tapped the ball from behind, but that usually will be called for a foul, even if you do get all ball.
Number 23, Nate Belanger checks in. Rodney Rouse will get a rest on the bench. Into Hayes. He kicks out to Bellier. Bellier will penetrate down the lane. Nice little pass there to Janusz, and he'll hit for two. Good ball movement there by Old Town to find the open man. That zone hasn't given Nokomis as much trouble tonight. Ledbetter with the ball now to Davis. Looking inside. And he just turns it over as Bellier comes up with a steal. Pushes the ball up, drives down the lane, and he just throws it out of bounds.
A little bit out of control there. But Nokomis needs to remember on their offense to have movement off the ball. Even though they're in a zone, you can still move, set some back screens on the zone.
Another turnover by Nokomis. And this time Miller takes it down, and he'll go to the free throw line as Otis picks up the personal foul.
And that time you have to wonder if that referee was at a bad angle because that ball could have been out of Miller's hands before Otis got a hold of it, but sometimes that's the way the calls go.
Jared Otis didn't like the call very much. Yeah, Miller hits the free throw. Josh Grant checking in now for Jeff White, the senior. Getting more and more playing time as the season progresses.
And that usually happens because the coach can see what the player can do in time in practice.
Grant going to run the offense quickly over to Davis for three. He's a little short. Miller rebounds. He's going to push the ball up, and Grant will pick up the foul. Not really a bad foul, though. Stop the fast break opportunity. You're going to make Old Town run some set offense where they're not as effective as when they're running.
That's right. Old Town does do very well off the fast breaks. Good guard speed.
Chad Hayes going to pick up his second personal foul as he gets called for a push inside. So the Old Town big fellas are getting in a little trouble here. And Peter Fournier will check in for Hayes as he'll probably have a seat for the rest of the half. Fournier played the JV game too, so his legs might get a little weary in here. And quickly, Rodney Rouse up off the bench as Nokomis thinks they might be able to take advantage of his talents inside. Davis penetrates his own, takes the 10-footer, no good. Rebound, Giannis. He'll dribble the ball up himself, kicks to Dumont. Giannis with a nice move, can't finish. Josh Grant rebounds. Grant pushing the ball up, pump fakes, gives it to Otis. He'll take the three, and he sinks it.
That was a nice shot by Jared Otis that time, and a nice look by Josh Grant.
Miller kicks over to Dumont. Now back to Miller. Penetrates, tries the no-look pass. It's knocked out of bounds off a Nokomis player, and we're going to have some subs come in now as Spencer Day and Rodney Rouse check back into the game. Josh Grant and Nate Ledbetter check out. Josh had a good couple minutes in there. That shot is no good. Rebound, Bellier. Nice job rebounding there.
Nokomis needs to get on those boards if they want a chance to run the floor. Old Town does have better transition defense at this time, so they need to make sure they get back on defense and get on the boards.
Day penetrates his own, throws up a one-hander, no good. Gets his own rebound, though. He can't hit. Rodney Rouse had the rebound, loses it, and Fournier comes up with it. Bellier going to push the ball up quickly. Now he'll pull up as he gets double-teamed, and he'll pick up a foul. Nate Davis, it'll be his second.
They need to watch out because they might need Nate Davis in the long run to pop those three-pointers and for his good defense. Davis has got two quick ones.
28-23, Old Town in the lead. 2:50 to go before the half. You see the freshman Thibodeau wearing number 24 checking back into the ball game. And so is Chad Hayes, so they're gonna probably just hold him to be careful in there, not pick up that third foul. Miller with the ball. They're looking for Hayes inside. Nokomis doing a good job of blanketing him. Spencer Day guarding him inside. Old Town just playing toss outside. Down to Thibodeau, looking to inside. Thibodeau will penetrate. Nice move there. No good. Fight for the rebound. Spencer Day comes down with it. Notice gets it now. He'll penetrate. Pulls up. Gives it over to Nate Davis. Now Ledbetter has it. He's been quiet so far tonight. He'll take the 15-footer and hit it.
Nice job. He gets in a gap and then pulls up just as soon as the defense starts to collapse on him.
Bellier gets it against the pressure now. No foul called. You could hear the slap over here. Otis will push the ball up, and he throws it away. Nate Davis gets it back inside to Otis. Now Rouse comes up with it. We'll have a foul called on Thibodeau of Old Town.
Yeah, it looks like he tried to tip that from behind again, and again, the ref calls the foul.
A lot of times they'll call a foul on sound. You could hear that slap over here, but they didn't call it.
They must have not heard it at their angle in the gym.
Rouse will go to the free throw line. This is 1-1. Nokomis was 16 fouls. Old Town was 7.
And again, Nokomis, as you can see, Nokomis has improved from the foul line.
Rodney's second shot is up, and he hits them both. Rodney only a 50% free throw shooter on the season, but he looks pretty good there. Brings his team within 1. 1:46 to go before halftime. Miller breaks the pressure by himself. Nice trap there by Nokomis, coming up with another turnover. Now they have a chance to take the lead for the first time since early in the ball game. Josh Grant checked back into the ball game. Ledbetter now with it. Spencer Day will take the 3. No good. Rebound. And we're going to have a foul called on Josh Vermette of Old Town. They're going deeper into the bench this game, and we'll also go to the free throw line for another 1-and-1.
That's right, and I think Old Town's starting to get in a little bit of foul trouble, and maybe it is because Old Town players are getting tired, and Nokomis is running the floor more, so they'll get even more tired.
Rodney hits another free throw, 3 for 3 on the day, gives him 5 points. Ties the ball game with 1:15 to go before the half. And at halftime, Ray Dion will be coming on after the cheerleaders and talking about some sponsorship things and other things like that for the Nokomis Broadcasters Club. Bellier with the ball, 1:08 to go. Gets it over to Miller. Miller with a nice spin move there. Then he loses it as Ledbetter comes up with a steal. A minute to go for the half.
Nokomis seems to be all over the place on the defensive end.
Inside to Day, a little spin move, puts it up and in.
Nice strong move by Spencer Day that time.
Nokomis still putting on that full court pressure. It's rattling Old Town a little bit here in the first half. Hayes gets it. Nice look there to Vermette. His shot is blocked partially. Fight for the rebound. Saved. Now Spencer Day hustling into the bench.
And he is a hustler. He'll hustle on the boards. He'll hustle on the floor. He's all over the place out there. And that's the kind of player every coach likes to coach.
Miller gets it. He'll kick it over to Bellier. Nokomis staying in that zone defense for much of the game tonight. Grant out chasing the ball a little bit. Old Town going to hold for one shot. Under 10 seconds to go now. Bellier would take the 3. No good. Rebound. It'll go Nokomis ball with 2 seconds on the clock. 31-28. Nokomis leads. Long pass up to Rouse. He'll throw it up at the buzzer. No good. He hit one of those a few games ago from about three-quarter court.
He did. He can do those. He can pop those. You see him in gym class all the time shooting those out there.
And we'll be back in a little while. We'll let you enjoy the Nokomis cheerleaders, and then Ray Dion will be back in a little while.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. bitches. I got bodyguards, I got 2 big cars, I definitely ain't the whack. I got a Lincoln Continental and a sunroof Cadillac. So after school, I take a dip in the pool, which is pretty on the wall. I got a color TV.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ray Dion here on this Friday afternoon or early evening. It's early game, Old Town versus Nokomis Warriors. And coming up at Nokomis this week is the Winter Carnival. It's returning to Nokomis after a couple of years' absence. And we want you to watch for highlights this week of February 9th and also during February vacation. Now, I know it's going to be hard to get you away from your TVs because it's going to be tourney time, and MPBN will be carrying all those B, C, and D games. But we know that you'll like to take a break, and so we're going to be offering to you over the next couple of weeks highlights of our Winter Carnival. Also, there's a lot more games coming up. Now, this game is being played sort of out of sequence. We originally thought this had been postponed and would be on February 13th, and we'd play it on the 14th, Valentine's Day night. So I'm not exactly sure when you're going to see this game. It might be this might be Monday or Tuesday evening at this point. Probably. So probably what I want you to do is tune in and see what we're going to have for you. Now, what we do need is this program, the Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting, of which I'm the faculty advisor, is a club. And the equipment that we have purchased has basically been given to us on loan, and we need to raise the money for this. That's why we need business sponsors. As you've probably seen, there haven't been a lot of business sponsors on here because half of our cable network, state cable, has not yet come online, although we were working on that. We are planning a whole lot of things to happen in March after basketball season. It's concert season here in Central Maine, and of course the Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting is going to be very much a part of that. For the sponsorship, which was just up on the screen, if you want to have a sponsorship, you can call me, Ray Dion, here at Nokomis, 368-435, any school year, any school day. And if you can't remember my name, just call Nokomis and ask for the broadcasting guy, and we'll be more than happy to speak to you. You're watching the pep band right now, and I'm hoping you can hear me. What we'd also like to say, Mr. Bisbell, we do have going to have some different sponsorships available for baseball and softball, and so we do hope that you'll give me a call. Right now, the pep band is playing. Also, all the work that you are seeing that's being done during this game is being done by students. Very seldom do you see an adult like myself sitting calling the game. It usually happens when the students who are our student announcers are busy either playing basketball at another gym or involved with the game that we currently are. Andrea Pelkey, of course, is student announcer, also a member of the Lady Warriors basketball team. David Duncombe has been so kind to work with us, an alumnus and recent graduate of New England School of Communications, and now attending Husson, and we appreciate him helping us. We also the camera people today, we've got on camera today, we've got Travis Johnson, Justin Bain, Heidi Myers, Chevanel Mullen. Working on the titlers, making sure that you know who's at the foul line, is Greg Bingham, and on the running the mixer, making sure the pictures get to the screen, is Ben Wintle. So again, this is Ray Dion. We've got about 5 minutes left in the halftime. And some of the upcoming things that we plan on doing, sort of it's quiet now because the pep band is gone. Some of the upcoming games is, I'm not sure when you're going to see this game, and it may be Tuesday the 11th, or it may be or it may be the 14th. We will have some games coming up during February vacation. On Tuesday night, we'll be playing Brewer, and then on Thursday, the 20th, Presque Isle will be journeying down here for basically the end of our Class A season, because then we will be getting into the heel points for Class A, and of course Class A tourney time following the completion of the B, C, and D tournaments. We'll also be bringing you the State Jazz Festival show choruses. We'll be traveling to do them. There'll be some jazz concerts that we'll be playing. As you know, the Nokomis Warrior Jazz Band is one of the finest in the state, probably in the country. They recently came back from London during the break. So there's lots coming. One of the other things we're going to do is we're going to be bringing you high school baseball and softball this spring. So, Mr. Businessman, if you want to help us out, and we do need your help, you'll be putting something that doesn't happen very often on the airwaves, on television in this area, and that is high school softball and baseball. And we do play Bangor, Old Town, and Hamden, so you'll get a chance to see these teams on Cablevision of Bangor. The Warrior and Old Town basketball teams are now coming on in just a short time. And matter of fact, Andrea Pelkey and David Duncombe will be coming back. And so this is Ray Dion, faculty advisor for Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting. And we want to thank you for giving me these few moments to tell you about some of our upcoming plans. And now I'm going to turn it back with 2:38 left in the half to David Duncombe and Andrea Pelkey.
Well, thank you, Ray. You gave some good information there at halftime, and you let us have a little break and have some water and get our throats all lozenged and injured back up. And well, we'll take a look at the scoring here. Old Town, Ryan Miller led the way. The point guard had 9 points, then followed by Jeremy Bellier with 8. Nokomis held Chad Hayes to 6 points and 1 rebound in the first half, doing a good job on him.
And I think that's what they set out to do. Coach Jim Federico, they're coaching really well this first half. And as his players, Nate Davis with 2, Jeff White with 6, Jared Otis had 7, Danny Ledbetter with 2, and then Spencer Day working hard underneath there, making some strong moves in the paint there with 8, and Rodney Rouse with 5.
My handwriting's a little bit tough to read sometimes. I'm scribbling around. 1:35 to go before we get back to the half, and Coach Federico had to be happy with that little surge at the end of the first half to take the lead going into halftime.
That's right. Nokomis has a hard time with keeping a lead in the first half, and then they have a hard time coming out and running the floor in the second half. So this time I think it will lift their spirits, give them a chance to go on a run, because the third quarter really does determine how the rest of the game goes. If Nokomis comes out on fire and stops Old Town, then they should be all set for the rest of the game. But if Old Town comes out, they're just going to run right over Nokomis. And Nokomis needs to make sure that they don't let that happen.
Oh, I'm sure Coach Marty Clark over there, he told me he's lost some very close games this year, and I don't think he wants to let this one slip away. And I think he'll want to have his guards keep penetrating the way they are, and maybe they can find Chad Hayes under there eventually, get him some easy buckets.
Yes, I think that's what he's been trying to do. Miller does a good job in there, as well as Boulier. They both have quick speed, good ball handling skills, so they can get into the paint. Now, if they get covered by 2 or 3 people, they just need to dish off to Chad Hayes or the other forward who is on the opposite side of the lane from them.
Well, your starters in the second half, Old Town will start the same team: Thibodeau, Bellier, Miller, DeGrasse, and Hayes. Nokomis will start Ledbetter, Nate Davis, Jared Otis, Spencer Day, and Rodney Rouse. So they come out with a different look. This is a look that gave them the lead at the end of the first half. Nate Davis in quickly, tips it over to Rouse. He'll take the shot from 15, off the mark, rebound Miller. And he'll take the ball up front court for Nokomis. He penetrates, kicks over to Bellier for the 3, no good. Ledbetter rebounds, battling with DeGrasse there, doing a good job rebounding. Ledbetter penetrates in the lane, puts up the shot, can't hit. DeGrasse rebounds.
And again, Nokomis needs to get out there and rebound. That's 2 times that Nokomis has only had 1 shot. They need to get a forward under there.
And Ledbetter with a nice steal there as he takes it right away from Ryan Miller, the point guard for Old Town. That's not an easy task to do. Otis penetrates down the lane and sinks it. Nice, tough running shot by Jared Otis. He had 13 last night, and he's got 9 now tonight. He's stepping it up later in the season. Miller with Ledbetter guarding him. Up and under move, gives it to Thibodeau. Inside to DeGrasse. He goes strong to the basket and lays it in.
A tough shot. He was double teamed, but he stepped through the trap.
33-30, Nokomis in the lead. Just underway here in the second half. Old Town staying in their zone defense. They've extended it out a little bit more. They keep pushing that zone out farther and farther. Nokomis playing a little catch out there. Now Ledbetter penetrates, gets double teamed, and he'll take the jump shot and hit it.
That was a tough shot there. He was double teamed there for a while. Turned to look for Jared Otis, which wasn't there, so he decided to go up with it.
There's Miller breaking the pressure all by himself and laying it in. He's done that a couple times with the Warriors. He can really break down a press all by himself, much like Tommy Waterman of Bangor. Davis with the ball outside. Inside to Spencer Day. Nice little bounce pass to Rouse, but he'll step on the baseline. That'll be a Nokomis turnover.
It was a nice cut, too, by Rodney Rouse to go to the opposite side of the rim.
Old Town wanting to cut the lead to 1 or maybe even tie it here on this possession. Miller out front on the zone, gives it to Thibodeau. Now down to DeGrasse. That same move to the basket, and he lays it in again. It looks like Coach Marty Clark found a weakness in that Nokomis zone during the half.
And I'm sure he'll keep trying to do that as long as Nokomis doesn't shut him down, and that's one thing they do need to do.
Ledbetter gets it. He'll take the 3, sinks it.
And that's what Nokomis is looking for. Danny Ledbetter, when he has plenty of time, his shot has nice rotation, and it always goes in. It's when he rushes his shots when they don't go in.
Miller fakes a pass, and then he tries to answer the 3. Can't. Day rebounds. Nokomis looking to run here. And Day turns it over as he tried to fake pass over to Ledbetter and tried to hit Davis, but he threw it right out of bounds, and he gets the stare from Coach DeFederico there.
I think DeFederico's thinking, maybe try not to be so fancy. Maybe just let things happen, and good things will come.
Inside to DeGrasse again. He's wide open for 2 more. He's got 6 points to start out the third quarter here. Nokomis maintaining a 2-point lead. 4:50 to go in the third.
Nokomis is leaving that middle post wide open, and they need to step off the cutters that go through there, whether it be Chad Hayes or Brian DeGrasse.
Spencer Day a little out of control. He'll get the offensive foul. Now Nokomis going to put on that pressure again, and they ought to try to get the hands out of get the ball out of the hands of Ryan Miller and make somebody else handle the ball.
Looks like that's what Nate Davis is doing up there right now.
Miller gets it to Bellier, crosses the timeline. Now Miller has it. He's going to penetrate again. Nice left-handed little pass there to DeGrasse, and he scores again. And Coach DeFederico wants a timeout to talk things over as Old Town has tied it up at 38 with 4:18 to go. And DeGrasse has really lit Nokomis up this quarter with 8 points.
That's right, and 6 of them are from the same move that Nokomis just isn't stopping him. And I'm sure that's what Coach Jim Federico is quite upset about right now. As you can see him having a talk with his players.
Probably all not nice words in there as he's pointing at a couple people and doing his thing, trying to get his players motivated here.
And with a zone, the one thing you want to do, whether it be zone or man-to-man, you want to get the ball on the baseline and trap it there. And Old Town's getting the ball on the baseline. That's exactly what Nokomis wants them to do. But they're not making the play. They're letting him go to the rim and score.
The players a little angry at themselves, I think, coming out of the timeout. Momentum, we really had a little switch of momentum here as Old Town's being a little bit more aggressive on both ends of the court than Nokomis coming out in the third quarter. Davis penetrates down the baseline, just dribbles right down around the baseline. Now dribble back out top. Then he'll stop and take the 3 kind of nonchalantly, but he hits it.
He's like, hey, fine, if no one's going to guard me when I stop dribbling, then I'm going to pop that.
Nate's not afraid to shoot out there. DeGrasse gets it again. They sealed him off that time, or else I think someone would have probably had a seat on the bench for a while. Thibodeau for 3, and he hits it.
They need to get out on those shooters. Old Town is a very good set shooting team, as well as they can penetrate.
41 apiece now. Tight game here tonight at Nokomis. Davis turns the ball over. Thibodeau comes up with a steal. Long outlet pass to Miller, and he'll lay it in himself. He's got 13 on the evening now. Quickly back up to Ledbetter. He'll stop and take the three. He hits.
A nice job. Waiting for Danny Ledbetter to be heads up. He saw nobody was open. He saw he was open himself, so he decided to shoot that.
Back and forth action here. Miller has it now. He penetrates in on Davis. He'll throw it up off the glass. No good. Tipped out. Hayes controls. And it's stolen inside by Rodney Rouse. Almost trips over Spencer Day, and he gives it to Ledbetter. Ledbetter gives him a little shove for encouragement there. And we'll have a pushing foul called.
No, I think that was a travel on Danny Ledbetter. He has a way of kind of letting his hand go under the ball and then back over it again.
Can't do that anymore, can you?
It used to be called a carry, but now they just changed it to a travel.
It's okay in the NBA, but not in high school and college. Inside to DeGrasse on the opposite side. This time it's blocked by Rouse, though. And Ledbetter will give the ball up to Nate Davis to run the point. Robson Fernandez set to check in for Nokomis. Otis with the ball out top, just holding it. Now to Davis. Otis is going to penetrate, then gives it to Rouse. Out top to Ledbetter. He's a good spot-up shooter from out there. No good. Rebound to Grass. And Bellier controlling for Old Town. Now Miller has it. Chad Hayes been very quiet here in the third period for Old Town. Bellier almost loses it, then hits Thibodeau to Hayes. He'll put that shot up and in.
That's a nice job by Thibodeau. Penetration, then dish it off to Chad Hayes. And
Freshman having a good game here tonight.
Nokomis needs to get that off guard to rotate down on that zone defense.
Ledbetter looking inside now. Can't hit Rouse. Rouse kicks out back out to Ledbetter, and Nokomis kind of stagnant on offense here. Not a lot of movement. And we'll have a reach-around foul called on DeGrasse. That'll be his third.
And that's how most of his fouls have been tonight. A little bit of pushing here, shoving there. But that's the way the ball game is underneath it. Just this time he seems to be getting caught.
Robson Fernandez checks in for Rodney Rouse. Long pass out top to Jared Otis. He'll take the three. He's short with it. Ryan Miller rebounds quickly up court. He dribbles around, gives it to Bellier. Swung over to Thibodeau. He's going to get called for steps as he took a little stutter step there before he made his move.
That's one thing that's been happening in the past 2-3 years. People will give a shot fake, but they'll forget to do that small circle at their waist before they put the ball down. And that's a call that you see quite frequently.
Travis Floyd checks into the ball game for Robson Fernandez, who came in for a couple seconds and then was back out. Inside to Spencer Day, turnaround jump shot, in and out, no good. Miller rebounds.
His shots just aren't falling for him tonight.
Miller coast to coast scores. Got a stop ball.
Yeah, that's right, and Nokomis does not have very good transition defense.
And Danny Ledbetter is going to get a technical foul, as Mr. Lane calls a technical on Ledbetter. That's also assessed as a personal foul and a team foul, I believe, now.
Looks like Jeff White will come in for him. Coach DeFederico wanting to know what's going on because he was talking to Robson Fernandez at the time the foul was called.
47-44, now 48-44, Old Town leads. And Ryan Miller misses the second free throw. And Old Town will retain possession of the ball also, so they can extend this lead they've grabbed here in the third quarter. They're up by 4 with 47 seconds to go in the quarter. Coach Clark telling Old Town to take their time out there. Don't rush a shot. Miller going to take the three-pointer, no good. Rebound Hayes. He goes up strong with it, can't hit. Miller gets the rebound in there, and we'll have a jump ball called.
This is where Nokomis could get in trouble. Old Town had 3 chances at a shot that time. 3. And Nokomis didn't get the rebound, and that's what they need to do.
Into Hayes, and they tried to do a little give and go on the out-of-bounds pass, but Thibodeau wasn't ready for it, and it'll be another Old Town turnover. That's 10 for them now, Nokomis ball. Down under 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. Swung up top to Jeff White. White penetrates, gives it to Davis. Will take the 3, no good. Fight for the rebound. Bellier tracks it down for Old Town. Down under 5 seconds now. He'll have to hurry to get a shot off. At the buzzer, Miller can't hit. So at the end of 3, your score is 48-44. Old Town in the lead. And Nokomis just kind of fell apart at the end of the third period there.
And the third period is when it all takes place. Nokomis lost their lead. Old Town regained their lead. Now we're wondering how important this fourth quarter is really.
Well, Nokomis came out kind of flat at the start of the third quarter, and then Ledbetter and hit a couple big threes there to keep them in the ball game as Old Town was pushing the ball at them. But Ryan Miller for Old Town scored 7 points in the quarter. That gives him 16 on the game as well as 6 rebounds, and who knows how many assists he's had also. I don't really can't keep track of those because I don't know how to score an assist. But
usually the assist is, if the person has to take 1 or 2 dribbles, then it's not an assist anymore.
Start of the fourth quarter now. 48-44, Old Town in the lead here at Nokomis Regional High School in Newport. Davis trying to penetrate, can't get by Miller. Davis runs into Chad Hayes. Chad Hayes falls down and draws the offensive foul, and it'll go on Nate Davis.
And you have to wonder how somebody as small as Nate Davis can knock over somebody as big as Chad Hayes. Maybe a little bit of acting going on there.
The Grammys are coming up, or the Oscars, whatever they're called. The fans are getting a little rabid here now, and Nokomis is going to pick up full court again, and this gave them some easy baskets early in the game. Bellier breaks the timeline. He's trapped down there. He gets it to Thibodeau inside to Hayes. Easy basket.
Nokomis needs to come out a little bit more excited than this.
Otis drives down the lane, out of control. Spencer Day rebounds with his left hand, can't hit. Hayes with another rebound. Gets it to Bellier, and they're going to call Nate Davis for blocking. That'll be his fourth.
Yes. Nate trying to get the position there. His feet were under him, but his body was going a different direction, so I think that's why they called that a block.
Good call there by Mr. Marks, the referee. Old Town leads by 6, 7.5 minutes to go. Richie Otis set to check in now as they don't want to lose Davis towards the end of the game. Now Rodney Rouse is going to pick up a personal foul. And that'll be the 5th team foul, and they're just wasting team fouls that they could use at the end of the game.
And this could be a little bit of trouble for Nokomis because they have 5 team fouls, and Old Town only has 1.
Thibodeau going to take the ball out for Old Town. Inside to DeGrasse. The shot is blocked by Otis. Jeff White up to Richie Otis. He lays it in for 2.
That was a way to run the floor. Nice job by Richie Otis. And a nice look up by Jeff White.
Miller penetrates, almost loses the handle, and does as it's knocked around, and Brian DeGrasse will pick up his 4th personal foul.
And that could be important because when he's out of the game, there's very little height left for Old Town.
Pencil hit the microphone there. Trying out some new sound effects here at Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting.
It's amazing what you can do with technology.
A pencil eraser and a microphone. Richie Otis going to control the offense for the Warriors. They're down by 4, 7 minutes to go. Gets it to Jeff White. He's guarded by the other freshman for Old Town, Thibodeau. Swung over to Richie Otis. He'll take the shot from 17 and hit it.
That's a nice job.
Richie Otis seeing his first action of the ball game, hitting a couple big shots here. Pulling Nokomis back within 2, and this pressure getting to Old Town a little bit. They break the timeline. They got numbers now. Bellier goes coast to coast, can't finish. Ryan Miller there for another rebound. He can't hit. Now Thibodeau gets it. Spencer Day will foul him, and Thibodeau will go to the free throw line.
And Nokomis needs to rebound it. And when they press, they need to remember that when the ball gets by the 3 guards, they need to hustle back on transition defense because that leaves most of the time 5-on-2 back there. And those aren't very good odds.
And sometimes if you hustle back, they might not be ready for you, and you can come up with a steal running up behind the player with the ball. Otis with the ball now. Kicked over to Jeff White. 6:19 to go. White gives a pass to Rouse. And I don't know.
And that looks like that will be a Spencer Day for blocking on the screen.
Nate Belanger going to check into the game now. Spencer Day take a seat on the bench as he picks up his 4th. So the refs not liking all this physical play, trying to control it a little bit here. 51-48. Old Town, a very good free throw shooting team. Thibodeau misses that one. Rouse rebounds and gets it to Belanger. Belanger holds up and gives it to the guard, Otis. Rouse gets it. He's outside the free throw line. Back to Richie Otis. Penetrating in now. Rouse up top. Coma slowing it down a little bit here. Richie Otis penetrates, and Ryan Miller will pick up a foul.
Nice
penetration. On the reach-in.
Nice penetration by Richie Otis. They're going to the baseline because he saw the help wasn't there ready for him.
Richie making good use of his minutes here. Into Rouse. He'll take the shot from 17 and drain it.
He's a nice versatile player. Even though he looks like he can only play underneath, he can make that 15-footer.
Ryan Miller with the ball, kicks to Hayes, and Belanger goes up strong against him, and Hayes smiles. And he'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Interesting thing about Richie Otis, I was talking to a guy in Bangor today, and he said that he was reading a Maine high school basketball magazine, and Otis is rated as one of the top 18 freshmen or sophomores in the state.
That's right. Richie Otis, he's one of those players that can do 2 things, offense and defense. And as we know, the game's made up of both.
Hayes' second free throw is no good. Rouse rebounds, gets it to Otis. 51-50, Old Town leads, 5:30 to go. Almost stolen there by Miller, showing good hustle and almost coming up with a nice steal. Ryan Miller having another solid game, the captain for the Old Town Indians. Into Nate Belanger. Quick bounce pass back to Otis. Nice pass to Nate Belanger. He can't finish, but he'll go to the line for 2.
Even though he didn't finish, that was a good cut to the rim. That's what you need to do when someone gets double teamed. You go right to the front of the rim.
And that foul goes on Chad Hayes. That's his 3rd. Brian DeGrasse still on the bench for Old Town with 4 fouls. Belanger misses the first free throw.
And right now, foul shots are really important, and this is when what it comes down to.
He ties the game up at 51. 5:25 to go. Good job by Old Town to break that pressure right there. Miller pulls up and then kicks over to Bellier, who's been quiet since the first half. Bellier calling for Miller to come get the ball. Now he'll penetrate. Jeff White guarding him. Miller guarded by number 10, Richie Otis. Out top to Thibodeau. The freshman drives the lane from 12 feet and hits. Big shot there by the freshman.
It's a nice job. If no one's going to guard him, he's going to shoot that ball because he knows he can.
Richie Otis checking out what's going on. Old Town staying in the zone defense. Inside to his brother Jared quickly. And we'll have a foul called on Thibodeau of Old Town. That'll be their 5th team foul, so Nokomis isn't in the bonus yet. Now Danny Ledbetter will check in for the Warriors, and Richie Otis played very well there and played some good minutes for the Warriors coming in off the bench. Inbounds pass way out to Jeff White. Now nice look there to Rodney Rouse. He pump fakes, puts it up and in.
Nice job. Way to maintain your composure. He knew he's off balance, so he thought he'd give a shot fake and then go straight up with it.
Miller gets it to Thibodeau up top, all tied at 53, 4:22 to go in the ball game. Miller swings up top to Bellier, pump fakes, can't get a shot off. White blanketing him on defense. Now inside to Miller, but good hustle there by Jared Otis, tip it away.
That's right. If you can't make the steal, at least make a deflection, and that was the right thing for Jared Otis to do.
Old Town on this inbounds play might look to get it into Hayes again. Way out top to Miller, couldn't get it to Hayes. Thibodeau now to Yanish, inside to Hayes, the lob pass, nice play.
Again, that rotation needs to be there from Nokomis. If the person playing in the middle of the 2-3 zone has to step over and double, then the off guard needs to step over and take off.
Otis penetrates, tries a hard pass to handle, can't handle it. Nokomis turnover, pass up to Bellier, he lays it up and in. And that's a 4-point swing right there. Bellier's first basket since the first half. Puts him in double digits with 10. Ledbetter gets it to Otis. Now Ledbetter's going to penetrate up and in. Nice shot there by the senior.
Nice job there.
Brings his team within 2 with 3:13 to go in the 4th quarter. Nate Davis and Brian DeGrasse set to check back in at the next dead ball whistle.
And both of those two have 4 fouls, so they need to be careful once they do get in there.
Thibodeau penetrates down, tries to get it to Hayes, but he loses control. Maybe a little freshman mistake there. Shouldn't have forced it so much. Jeff White going to take the 3, no good. Rebound, fought for.
That's right. It's a nice call there. Rodney Rouse did have position, and it looked like Chad Hayes went over the back. And usually the big guys have a tendency to do that. If they don't have the position, they think they can jump.
That's 4 on the senior there, too. He's got 4 personals, along with Brian DeGrasse, who's just checking in. Nate Davis checks in for Jared Otis.
I'm sure Nokomis is going to be looking to go toward Chad Hayes and Brian DeGrasse because those are the 2 big guys. And if they're out of the game, then Nokomis has the height advantage.
Inside to Rouse, kicked out to Nate Davis. Davis to White. White inside to Rouse. He'll take the turnaround. Jay, no good. Rebound fought for, and Belanger will pick up the foul. That'll send Brian DeGrasse to the free throw line for 1-1 still. One more foul, and Nokomis, Old Town will be shooting double bonus free throws. 2:30 to go, 57-55. Old Town leads. So don't change that dial.
Yeah. It's ironic because this game, if you watch it, it doesn't seem like it's this close. It seems like one team's either ahead or behind because things just aren't moving fast tonight.
Grass free throw is no good, but Hayes there for the rebound. He can't put it up and in, but he gets it again.
That's been Nokomis' problem all night. No rebounding. They need to rebound.
59-55, Old Town leads. Jeff White with the ball, penetrates. Tries to hit Belanger, goes right through his arms. And Coach DeFederico wants a timeout to talk it over. 2:14 to go. His team's down by 4. A lot of time left.
To me, it looks like Coach DeFederico needs to light a match under these guys. Get them running, get them going. Explain to them that if they lose this game, they won't be in 14th place. They'll be in last place. And I'm sure nobody on that team wants to be in last place.
And I'm sure, well, Old Town doesn't want to be either, and that's their motivation in this game, too. It's been a tight game throughout. 4 points separates the two teams now. Old Town holds the advantage. 2:14 to go. And Coach DeFederico might want to think about putting on a press again. That press was effective in the first half when they used it, but they haven't used it as much in the second half, and therefore they haven't gotten as many transition baskets.
It looks like Nate Davis will put some ball pressure, so maybe Nokomis will come out with a press. But they need to remember the transition part of that. They need to get back if they get beat.
Nate Davis guarding Miller. Nokomis out in man defense now, stolen away. Spencer Day, who just checked into the ball game, has 4 fouls, picks up the steal. Davis penetrates down the lane, lays it up and in.
Nice move there. He can drive the lane just as well as anybody.
Now Miller has it. He drives down the lane himself and puts it up and in. Trading baskets isn't what Nokomis needs here. 1:40 to go in the fourth quarter. Spencer Day with the ball now. They don't have to shoot threes. Davis penetrates, throws up a running one-hander, no good. White there for the rebound. Throws it out top to Ledbetter. Now Ledbetter penetrates, kicks to White for 3. It's short. Rouse rebounds, goes up strong with it and scores.
Nice job. Way to go up strong, even though he did get hit. He made the hoop, which was very important. Now Nokomis needs to get a stop.
61-59. Old Town doesn't have to shoot. Miller with the ball. He's guarded by Nate Davis. He penetrates in, gets a bounce pass to DeGrasse. He can't hit. Ledbetter rebounds. 54 seconds to go. This one's going right down to the wire. Davis going to penetrate again. Hits, and Davis going to pick up his fifth foul on an offensive foul. He made a nice pass to Spencer Day there, but went in and went a lot of control.
It looks like Nokomis is going to call a timeout so Coach Jim DeFederico can talk it over. Nate Davis still not happy with that call.
61-59, 46 seconds to go. Exciting games. Nokomis has a home court advantage. Maybe that'll help them pull it out.
Yeah, hopefully they can get the crowd into this. The Nokomis fans have been great this season. They've picked it up since the beginning of the season, and they really want their teams to do well out there.
Very supportive. They even travel to a lot of the games. A lot of the people do to root the teams on, and
that's right. But most of the time this year, the girls and the boys have had games the same night, one home and one away. So the teams don't get to see a lot of each other, but the fans usually are always there to support each team.
And you must feel good about that, especially when you're in hostile territory. You know, you got some friendly faces out there in the crowd.
That's right. That helps a lot, even because everyone will tell you it's harder to play away than home. Because home you have your fans there, but we have fans there at away games too.
And now they're going to talk it over. They were going to have him shoot 1-and-1, but it was an offensive foul, and Coach DeFederico wants to talk about this. And whatever Mr. Marks told him, he agrees with, apparently, because he shook his head like, yeah, I know what you're saying. And Chad Hayes will shoot a couple of free throws here as they are in the double bonus.
And this is where it could come down to the wire.
Hayes 0 for 2 from the free throw line tonight, now 0 for 3. Jeff White going to check back into the ball game. They're doing a little offensive-defensive substitutions here.
Yeah, and like I said, Vachiotis is a good defensive player. He'll be in there on defense. And Jeff White, the shooting, will be in there on offense.
And Hayes misses them both. Spencer Day rebounds. So the senior captain 0 for 4 from the free throw line in the fourth quarter. You don't expect that out of your senior, especially your captains.
And this is where Old Town did beat Nokomis last time and from the foul line.
Ledbetter going to take the long three. No good. The rebound is off Thibodeau, though, as he couldn't handle it. 30 seconds to go. 2-point lead for Old Town. That shot was a little bit rushed by Ledbetter there. He was a little bit beyond his range and didn't need to take it that far out.
Yeah, he knew he was open.
Ledbetter drives the lane, throws up a one-hander. No good, but he'll go to the free throw line for 2.
And this is when the foul shots are very important for Nokomis. 25 seconds left. If these go in, then we're going into overtime.
Danny Ledbetter, the senior, trying to take over here in the latter part of the fourth quarter, show some leadership, and trying to get his team a victory here at home against Old Town. 25 seconds to go. Nokomis is down by 2. Ledbetter at the free throw line for 2 shots. They call it a 1-and-1, and he misses it. Now Nokomis is going to have to chase. Rodney Rouse picks up the foul. They'll send Bellier to the free throw line, and he's a very, very good free throw shooter.
That's right. Last time, did he miss 1, I think? I believe that's what he missed when they played.
He's either 15 or 16 or 17 or 18 or 19. We got our statistician just handed it to us. He was 15 or 17 from the free throw line.
And that's very good. He maintains his composure. Does a nice job from the line.
Puts his team up by 3 with 22 seconds to go. Kid has a lot of composure, and he hits them both. Ice in his veins. Under 20 seconds now. They don't need a 3. Ledbetter gets it, and they turn it over. And that could do it. With 14 seconds to go, Old Town up by 4.
And Coach
Jim DeFederico wants timeout.
Yeah, he wants a timeout. I'm sure he's not happy with the senior this time. He missed his foul shots, made a turnover, but hopefully 14 seconds left. Maybe they can turn this around. I don't know, because you need a 3-pointer, and you need to get fouled on that 3-pointer. First, you need a steal before all that.
And I don't know if that was their last timeout or not. How many do you get a half?
I really don't know. Coach usually takes care of that for us. So we never call any times out.
Not your responsibility out there, huh?
No, definitely not. The only time I know is when I have to take the ball. I don't want to pull a Chris Webber, call the timeout, and get a technical. I don't want to do that.
Oh, so I didn't mind that too much because I'm a North Carolina fan, and a lot of my friends are Michigan fans, so I got to laugh at him for quite a long time about that. I still do, actually.
I'm sure that's one thing that he will never, ever live down.
Now another timeout is the Old Town coach, Marty Clark, took one because he wants to make sure his team's straight on. And I'm sure they're just going to try to get the ball in the hands of Jeremy Bellier.
Yeah, let him foul. You know, you make the foul shots, you're all set. And that's really what it comes down to at the end, foul shots. When it's this close to games, you know, one team's going to end up fouling, and you need to make your foul shots.
So it doesn't look good here for the Warriors. Down by 4, 14 seconds to go. Old Town ball. Coach Marty Clark going to steal a victory on the Warriors' home court here and sweep the season series if he comes out here with a win. Thibodeau, the freshman, going to take it out. Into Bellier, and he'll go to the free throw line as Spencer Day fouls out. 13 seconds on the clock. Only 1 second ticked off.
I'm sure Spencer Day is quite discouraged. He came out on fire in the first half. Second half, just his shots wouldn't fall. They were good shots, his normal shots, but they just wouldn't fall.
Bellier had ice in his veins last time. We'll see how he does this time. He'll be there for 2 shots.
And again, nice shot. The net didn't even move that time.
Now the Old Town player is going to get back as Nokomis now does have to shoot a 3 quickly and then get a steal and try to get a 2. And they might have to try to get 2 threes as he misses that one. They got to hurry up and get a 3 off. And it's blocked there by Thibodeau. Otis will drive the lane as they're down 5. He hits the shot, but time will just expire as Nokomis is out of timeouts.
Jared Otis there at the end talking to the ref saying, why didn't you call it? I broke the plane.
64-61. Old Town pulls out the win here at Nokomis. Very well-earned victory for the Old Town Indians. They played well tonight.
And it looks to me like these two teams will switch switch places in the standings.
Ryan Miller led Old Town, I believe, with 18 points from the point guard. That's quite a bit. And Chad Hayes had 14, and Brian DeGrasse had 10, but he had 8 in about a minute and, well, probably a 3-minute span. And Ryan Miller also did a good job on the boards with 7 rebounds, and he came up with a couple steals. He played an all-around good game. But Jeremy Bellier down the stretch hit 3 of 4 free throws to seal the victory for the Old Town Indians.
And from Nokomis, Richie Otis with 4, Nate Davis with 7, Jeff White with 6, Jared Otis with 11, and Nate Belanger with a foul shot at 1 point, Denny Ledbetter with 12, Spencer Day with 8, and then Roddy Rouse with 11.
So balanced scoring from both teams tonight, really. Nokomis had a couple more players get in the books, but they couldn't pull out the victory at home. Another disheartening loss for the Warriors, and this disappointing season will just keep continuing, I guess.
Yeah, for Nokomis, they really needed to pull out this win, but it didn't happen for them tonight.
Yeah, so once again, your final score here at Nokomis Regional High School, Old Town 64, Nokomis 61. And for Andrea Pelkey, I'm David Duncombe. Good night.
Good night.
Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you enjoyed this presentation of Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting. This is Ray Dion, the faculty advisor, thanking you for tuning in, and hope that you're enjoying us bringing you these games and other activities from Nokomis and around our district, and of course featuring the teams of Bangor, Old Town, and Hamden in the Cablevision of Bangor area. But this is Ray Dion saying that these broadcasts do in fact need to be sponsored by business people. So if you're a business owner and you'd like to support this effort and support the work of the kids, please give me a call, Ray Dion, at Nokomis anytime during the school day, and I'll be more than happy to share with you how you can help us continue to bring these and other activities throughout the remainder of the school year to the viewers of Cablevision of Bangor. For sponsorship or advertising, contact Ray Dion, Nokomis Regional High, Williams Road, Newport, Maine, 04953 207 368 4354, any school day.